Compassion to me means being able to take care of not just your patient, but everyone around the patient. There was a young mother who was involved in an unrestrained motor vehicle accident. She was ejected from the vehicle and brought to our emergency room. We met them down in the operating room where they had to perform an emergency C-section to get the baby out because the baby's heart rate was bradying down and getting very low. Because of the mother's severe injuries after the motor vehicle accident, we had to take her over to get a CT scan to figure out exactly what we were dealing with, what kind of damage was done. We got the CT of the head done and found out there was a midline shift. And so we went back to the operating room where we were going to begin a craniotomy to try and relieve some of the pressure there on the brain. Unfortunately, the patient started declining even further, and we had a code blue on the operating room table. We got her back at least once after that, but the neurosurgeon didn't feel like it was safe to operate. In order to get her back up to the ICU so that we give the family an appropriate space, we had to essentially code her all the way through the hallway, up the elevator, and into the ICU room. It was at this time when we got back to the ICU that I really had to start taking care of the family. More than anything else. They were grieving, they were all wrapped around through the hallways, sticking in and out of the room while the code was still going on in the room. I tried pulling people to the side to explain to them what exactly was going on and educate them, and just do my best to provide some answers for what was happening. By the time we had gotten everyone settled down, we had lost the patient. The poor family was devastated, losing a young mother like this, as were pretty much the entire staff that day. It took its toll emotionally, that's for sure. It was the first time I cried at work, and it probably won't be the last, unfortunately. I believe it helped me grow immensely as a nurse, being able to deal with something such as that. When someone comes to the hospital, it's not just about the patient. It's about the patient, it's about the staff who cares for the patient, it's about the family of the patient, and you have to provide for all of those people. There was definitely a good thing that happened out of all of this turmoil, and that was the birth of an absolutely beautiful baby boy. While I'd spent some time with the father of the child downstairs, he invited me upstairs to see the baby, and it was heartwarming. He let me hold it, and I just absolutely broke down in front of this man. And we talked and we hugged, and just seeing this child in his perfection it was enough for me to finish getting through the night. At Overland Park Regional, we give the heart and soul of caring to every patient every day.